Have you heard of a technique that seems illegal, so powerful it is? A technique that, when applied the right way, can make any woman feel such an intense attraction that you just can't stop thinking about you? Yeah, today you will know this secret. But I will warn you, this is not for anyone. Very few men know this, and those who know rarely share. Now, answer me with sincerity. You already felt that you were doing everything right with a woman, being attentive, present, affectionate. But still, she started to walk away. Or worse, she even showed interest at first, but then simply disappeared from her life as if she had never felt anything. This is more common than you think. And no, the problem is not about being cool or kind. The problem is how you are activating, or not, the emotional triggers that generate true desire and deep connection. Seducing a woman is not about being beautiful, rich, or talking the right words. It is about understanding the hidden codes of the feminine mind, those who make her feel attracted, curious, and emotionally attached to you without even knowing why. It is psychology of attraction in practice. And today, I will reveal you how it really works, and why most men make ugly wrong at this point. This video is not just about quick seduction, it is about unlocking the type of male presence that makes a woman feel that you are different from everyone else, that you have something more, something she can't explain, but pulls her like a magnet. And yes, it has everything to do with behavior, body language, emotional positioning, and with a specific technique that I will teach you here. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes I will show you how to generate a kind of addictive emotional connection that completely transforms the dynamics between you and any woman. But before, let me ask you a question that can completely change your way of relating to them. So you ready to stop chasing it and start being the man women run after? If the answer is yes, then what comes now is exactly what you need. Because this is where the real game of attraction begins, and most don't even know it exists. And if you have gotten here, you can see that you are not like the majority. You want to understand. You want to evolve. You want to master this art of conscious attraction and seduction, which is not based on children's games, but to understand how the feminine mind works and how to position yourself as a man of value. The one she not only wants, but respects, admires, and can't forget. Now I want to know about you. What is the biggest difficulty you face today in relationships? Comment down here, because this space is for those who want to grow, exchange real idea, and evolve together. I read the comments myself, and it is through them that I bring the next content that speaks exactly what you are feeling and living now. If this video has already made you reflect, or if you felt you needed to hear it today, leave the like down here. It shows me that this type of content makes sense to you. Subscribe to the channel too, and activates the bell, because this is only the beginning of a journey that will completely transform its way of relating. We will talk about trust, our own value, assertive communication, male energy, and especially how to make her see you like the man she always wanted to have with, and never forget. This channel is for those who are tired of being ignored, rejected, or placed in the friend zone. It's for those who really want to change, and the change begins now, here, with your attitude. Then comments, likes, signs up, and prepares, because now you will understand why some women simply can't drop certain men, and how you can be that kind of man as well. Now you will understand why some women simply can't stop thinking about certain men, and it has nothing to do with look, money, or status. It has to do with pure psychology, a chemical and emotional process that happens in her brain, and that if you know how to activate the right way, she will miss yourself without understanding why. The name of that, relational dopamine. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter of pleasure, desire, anticipation. It is released in the brain when the person feels something can happen but not sure. That is, the biggest mistake many men make is to become too predictable, available all the time, too easy to decipher. Her brain does not react to it, not active. It does not generate addiction, Think with me. It's not the guy who it is always there that she wants. That's what she can't predict. The man who oscillates between remarkable presence and strategic absence, between sincere interest and controlled mystery. This is the guy who causes dopamine peaks in her brain, because she never knows what comes next. And that, my brother, addicts. It creates an emotional bond that is much more powerful than any beautiful conversation or expensive gift. This is the principle of controlled emotional scarcity. Pay attention to this. Scarcity does not mean being cold, distant, or ignoring. It means having control over your energy when you surrender and when you withdraw. It means showing that your attention is valuable, that you are not available there 24 hours a day as a delivery man. When you position yourself like this, you automatically become more interesting, more challenging, more desired. Women are emotional by nature, and what is emotionally arresting is not constancy. It is the balanced emotional roller coaster. It's the ups and strategic lows that make her think of you all day. One day you appear with intensity, presence, attention, and the other you are focused on your projects, your life, your mission. She misses her. And then, when you come back, the impact is much greater. She feels that you have regained, and it increases the value it gives you. You don't have to pretend disinterest. The secret is not to deliver everything at once. Leave something in the air. Create doubt, using phrases that open loops on her head, such as, "You're different, but I don't know if this is good or bad yet. Und Boris Darson, there are things about me that you are not ready to know yet." These phrases are emotional triggers. They create tension, curiosity, expectation, and the expectation is the fuel of dopamine. When you understand this, you start playing on another level. You stop being the guy who begs for attention and becomes the man she seeks without stopping, even when she tries to resist. All of this works because the human brain is conditioned by reward patterns. If she knows exactly what to expect from you, she loses interest. But if you mix moments of intensity with doses of emotional scarcity, you become unforgettable. The predictable presence generates comfort, but the unpredictable presence, this, generates desire. And I want you to think about it now. Are you being the kind of man who causes dopamine? Or the kind of man she already knows how to act even before you appear? If you have already fallen into the trap of always being the cool guy, the predictable little good, comments down here, "I was being predictable," without fear, without shame. This channel is for men who are evolving, and recognizing this is the first step for real change. If you have already understood this concept and want to know how to apply this technique accurately, comment, "I want more emotional dopamine," below. And of course, don't forget to leave if it has already opened your mind. It shows me that you are ready for the next level. And if you haven't signed up yet, do it now, because in next, I will show you how to apply this technique into practice, step by step, and completely transform the way it sees you. You have realized that women addict to men who can't predict. And now, it's time to reveal what I call emotional immersion play. A technique that, if used with conscience, has the power to create such a deep emotional connection that she literally begins to think of you all the time. Not out of need, but because you start to occupy an emotional space that no other man has managed to access before. This technique works based on an addictive emotional cycle, so I also call the subtle obsession cycle. It involves 3 phases that activate the most intense triggers of female desire. And the best thing is that you don't have to manipulate, pretend, or play low games. Just understand how to conduct her emotional experience with intelligence, presence, and strategy. It all starts with the initial trigger. This is the moment where you enter her mind for the first time in a striking way. It's not just about praising or pulling conversation. It's about validating something she values, while at the same time you challenge you emotionally. For example, when you say, "You have a different energy," And that's rare. But I still don't know if it's the kind of intensity you add or consume. At this point, you valid her. She feels she was seen, but soon after you raise doubt, and this doubt causes emotional activation. She begins to think, what does he mean by that? And when that happens, she begins to pay more attention to you than any other guy in that room. After that comes the most powerful phase of technique, the breach of expectation. And here is the secret that many can't use with mastery. Most men, after feeling connection, continues to insist, making a presence all the time, answering our aid, seeking constant attention. But what you are going to do is different. After an intense moment, you disappear, strategically, not out of ignorance but with intention. You change the intensity, reduces frequency, let her digest, and especially let her feel her emotional absence. This is when her brain begins to process dopamine. Why did he disappear? Did he lose interest? What is he doing now? This constant doubt is what creates the Netflix series effect, where each episode ends with a mini mystery, making you click on the next without even thinking. This is exactly how her behavior begins to act on her. As an emotional content she can't stop consuming. And then, when she is already immersed in this emotional tension, comes the last phase, the controlled reward. That's when you come back. But not as if nothing had happened. You come back with a phrase that says a lot, even though it's simple. Something like, I was thinking of you, but I decided to wait. There are things that only make sense when we miss it. This phrase activates two triggers. It shows that you care, but also that it has emotional control. You deliver affection, but commendedly. You do not surrender, you drive. And that, for the feminine mind, is irresistible. When you dominate this cycle, you are no longer one more. You become the man she misses even when she is surrounded by options. The man she thinks before bed, that she seeks between the lines of the songs, the movies, the conversations with her friends. Because what you did was more than talking. You have created an emotional experience. Now, if you have unintentionally applied any part of this technique and realized that it reacted intensely, comments down here, I saw this happen. And if you want to apply consciously, it comments, I want the full cycle, that I will know that you are ready to go to the next level. Of course, if this video has already made you see things differently, enjoy the video now and subscribe to the channel, because in the next step, I will show you how to adapt this technique to any kind of woman, from colder to most intense, without losing control of the situation.